The temperature is starting to cool down a little. Welcome into Friday Night Blitz. The sun is setting a little bit earlier. You know what that means. It's back, baby. High school football season is here. Let's not waste any time. I know you all just watched this on TV 32. Our sports showdown game of the week between Winnie and the Mustangs of Little Chute. Winnie came one game away from playing for the D4 state title last year. Mustangs coming off an interception midway through the first. They're eventually going to hand this one off to Reese Joten. He spins out of a tackle, puts on his PF Flyers. He could go all the way. That's going to be a 78-yard touchdown. But the Wolves, well, they have Iowa commit Brody Schaefer in the red zone. He scans the pocket, scampers right, goes up the sideline, and he somehow gets into the end zone. They're up 14-6 at the break to the fourth. Mustangs with the ball. Watch this play by Wolves linebacker Trey Zemke. He goes right up the gut and strips it out of the quarterback's hands. His team recovers. Now Little Chute will have a chance near the end of the game. 4th and 3. They can get a first down near the goal line, but Joten is going to get the handoff. Can he get into the end zone? No piece stuffed short of the first down. Winnie hangs on to win 14-6. Let's send it to Noah Cornelius, who is standing by with Brody Schaefer.
That was a hard-fought game today. You were getting pretty much beat up out there. Can you just talk about the physical toughness that it took to get the win?
Yeah, we knew they were a great team coming in. I feel like that's something we knew all week, and we were prepared for that. That's why we had so many goal line stands and those type of things. But you know, getting right back into it, and first game of the year, you have a game like this, and I feel like it's great for us down the road because it mentally and physically prepares you for any other game. So you know, they're a great team, and we're just going to keep building off it.
You know, you're a team that was one game away from getting to the state championship, and you're playing a Little Chute team with the new head coach. I mean, were you surprised by the way they performed tonight?
Absolutely not. You know, we knew they were a great team coming in. Like I said, stout defense, just really solid team overall. And like I said before, I don't know if they'll lose another game. So they're a great football team, and maybe we'll see them down the road.
Thanks, Noah. You will not be hearing the last of Brody Schaefer. We'll have a lot more highlights of him in the weeks to come. Now to a couple of other big games. Let's send it to Neenah High School, where Kelly Hallinan is standing by as she just witnessed a thriller.
After 2 losses to Muskego last season, including in the sectional championship, Neenah's out to flip the script in their season opener. Muskego lands the first punch. On the opening drive, Joey Shaw scrambles, buys time, and finds Jackson Nemec deep for the touchdown. Warriors strike first, up 7-0. Neenah answers right back. Ashton Van Beek connects with Matthias Charles. Touchdown Rockets. We're tied at 7. Later in the half, a 33-yard gain sets them up again. Van Beek to Charles once more. He powers his way into the end zone, and Neenah takes a 14-7 lead at the half. Second half, Muskego with a QB sneak. Shaw punches it in, but the extra point is no good. Neenah hangs on to a 1-point lead. Fourth quarter, Muskego picks off Van Beek and drives down the field with just 2 minutes to play. And it all comes down to this. After a Neenah timeout and even a clock issue to add to the tension, the kit goes up, but it's no good. Neenah survives the thriller 14-13.
A lot of nerves, goosebumps, but you gotta have faith that your guys will get there and get the job done.
I thought our team was gritty the whole game, and they fought with everything they had. I think they just believed that we were going to win the game. And they held to that, and we didn't let them score a touchdown, and we forced them to kick the extra point, or to kick the field goal.
A dramatic opener, and the Rockets come out on top. From Neenah, Kelly Hallinan, NBC 26 Sports.
The first Friday night of the season brought West Pere to Hortonville after a deep run in the playoffs last year to the state semifinals. The Phantoms beat the Polar Bears last year in the opener. They were hoping for a repeat result this year at Hortonville. Hortonville scored on their opening drive, but West Pere quickly answers. Ryan Lutz barely gets touched on a 12-yard touchdown sprint that ties the game at 7 with under 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Final minute of the first quarter, Patrick Greason throws up a rainbow going deep for Darian Acevedo Ortiz, finds the pot of gold at the end of it. 36 yards. Phantoms, they got their first lead, 14-7. But Hortonville says not so fast. A.J. Pfeiffer would find John Engelbert, who reaches out, makes a terrific catch in traffic, ties the game at 14 with under 5 minutes left in the half. But then Greason got to work quickly, throwing 2 more touchdowns before the half, 34 yards to Judea Kniskern, and then a 12-yard score to Aiden Ilinsky with under a minute left in the half. His third of the first half. He ended the game with 6, and the Phantoms cruise in a Week 1 win.
We knew it was going to be a battle from the get-go. I just thought we wore them down a little bit. Patrick started getting hot. Our run game started getting hot. Defense settled in, saw it, what was going on, made some adjustments, and thought they did a great job. Us scoring before half and then coming back out after halftime and scoring was huge.
Next week, West Pere hosts Kaukauna in their home opener, while Hortonville will travel to Pulaski. Reporting from Hortonville, Avi Kargloth, NBC 26 Sports.
Kelly and Avi, thank you so much. Now let's go up 41, where Ashwaubenon from the FRCC North hosted Oshkosh North from the FRCC South. Jumping to the second half, Jags down 21-14, trying to make something happen here. Sawyer Walton drops back, and he's crushed. Ball comes out, Spartans recover. Now, later, Oshkosh North drives right down the field after that. Jamari Scott puts 6 on the board with this short rushing touchdown. Now Walton, once again, he's going to try and air it out for Ashwaubenon. Here he is. Camera eventually finds him, and it's going to be picked off by Dalton Clark. But Ashwaubenon would actually end up winning this game 40-29. Now let's go back down 41 to Wrightstown. The Tigers coming off back-to-back D5 state appearances, but are in D4 now. They were looking to get a Week 1 victory over Wapaka. Wapaka would get the ball first. 3rd down and long, they go to the air, and this pass is going to be picked off by the Tigers. Daniel Bunton, he takes this one all the way to the house. Wrightstown goes up 7. Now they get the ball right back. And did I mention Bunton is also their quarterback? He caps off a 3-play drive with a 3-yard touchdown. 14-0 Tigers, less than 5 minutes in. Midway through the second quarter, Mason Vandehei makes it a 3-score game. Actually, this is a sack by Wrightstown that will end it. Wrightstown ends up winning it 35-14 over Wapaka. Now to the Spartans of Luxembourg-Casco, coming off their first losing season since 2019, trying to start 2025 off on the right track against Seymour. Now Seymour early in this one, touchdown from linebacker Braden Lawrence for Luxembourg-Casco, a missed field goal. It's up 6-0. Still in the first, a long 4th and 7, Ellen Duran finds receiver Mason Trimberger for a 27-yard touchdown. Lux-Casco goes up 13-0. Later in the second, quarterback for Seymour is finally able to get on the board with a goal line touchdown by running back Xavier Salzman. Luxembourg-Casco would still lead 13-6 after a defensive battle in the second half. Seymour has a chance to tie it up with a long bomb from Caden Staffelt, but it's going to be picked off by DB Mason Burmeister in the end zone to seal Seymour's fate. Luxembourg wins 13-6. Now let's hear from the Spartans quarterback, Braden Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, it was a slugfest. We just had to stay determined, keep fighting, and they had a hell of a team over there with Seymour. They had hard guys to tackle. So, I mean, first game of the season, we got to clean some things up, but we just played hard. I think we're just a tight team. These are my brothers. These are guys I want to be with every single day, and I enjoy being out there. We're having fun. That's all what it's about.
It's all about having fun, but you've seen the highlights. Now can you guess which one of those will be our player of the night? I'll have that coming up next. I know you were all wondering what the first play of the night would be for Friday Night Blitz. You just watched it a little bit ago. Trey Zemke of Winnicott stripping the ball out of the hands of the Little Chute quarterback, jumping the snap, getting it out of there, and his team recovers. Winnicott wins 14-6 in our first Sports Showdown game of the week. What a win by them. I mean, how to jump that snap was something special. But thanks for tuning in to the first Friday Night Blitz of the 2025 high school football season. Make sure to tune in tomorrow to NBC 26. We'll have full Packers preseason coverage in their final preseason game against the Seahawks. Have a great rest of your night.